welcome back to my channel and welcome to another decluttering video, part of my 2023 decluttering series. I'm currently working on the boys' shared bedroom. It's not terrible in here, as you guys will see, but there's just a lot of things that need to be gone through, decluttered. I really need to go through their clothes, get rid of the stuff that no longer fit them, and I have just like a bunch of stuff in the closet that I really just need to get rid of because I don't use. So that is on the agenda for today. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you hit that subscribe button and decide to stick around. I upload tons of cleaning videos every single week, and I'm currently doing a decluttering series like I mentioned, so make sure y'all check out that playlist. I've almost tackled the entire house and it feels so good. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it.
Want the good, want the bad, all the feelings. Want you happy and sad in between them. If there's one thing I
So all three of these bins right here are full of books, and then in the closet we also have another one full of books. So that is definitely one thing that I need to go through, donate tons of those. I plan on dropping them off at the library. And then this tote is full of clothes. I want to just go through them and see which ones I'm actually going to have Ethan wear, and then just donate the ones that I don't want or don't think he's going to wear. Thankfully, their room wasn't really dirty, but boy, did I underestimate how long it was going to take me to declutter and organize their room. In my mind, I was like, oh, there's just a few areas that I needed to tackle, but you guys, it ended up taking me pretty much all day long, but it's honestly one of the best feelings ever, and you will not believe the transformation in here. And you'll see that I ended up getting rid of Ethan's crib, which was not expected. I did not think we were going to be doing that in today's video, but nonetheless, we do, and I cannot wait for you guys to see this. And make sure if you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, because I post new cleaning videos and decluttering motivation every single week, and I would love to have you here. I'm currently doing a decluttering series. I am so close to the end, but if you've missed my previous videos, I have them linked in a playlist down in my description for you guys. And it is some serious motivation to help you tackle whatever mess you have in your home. And just a quick introduction to myself in case you are new here. My name is Ashley, obviously, and I am a stay-at-home mom to 4 kids. I have 2 girls and 2 boys. My oldest girl, Aubrey, is 12, and then I have Adrian, she's 10, and then I have a 7-year-old boy, his name is Austin, and then my youngest is Ethan, and he is 3, and my 2 boys share this room together, and it is a bit cluttered in here, and I have been wanting to move my 3-year-old out of his crib, but he just wasn't ready for it until today. I think the excitement of me rearranging his room and getting it organized had him wanting me to take down his crib just because he wanted me to change up his room, and I had told him, you know, I'll do that whenever we get rid of your crib. We don't have room for it. And so I think that's what kind of gave him that little nudge to go ahead and move it around. But we currently live in West Texas, and we are originally from Virginia. My husband is in the oil field, which brought us over here, and we have been together for over 16 years now.
This is a mistake. I know about tomorrow. I don't want to fight no more.
Okay, so what we got going on over here are all the books we're going to be keeping, and then here is the pile that I'm going to be dropping off at the library.
Or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter.
If you guys are also going through books and you're not sure what to do with it, of course you can always check your local schools, but libraries are also another great one, especially for me because my books were for like teeny tiny kids and they just wouldn't have been as useful at a school. So I went ahead and dropped them off at our library and I was surprised how easy it was. I just went in there, told them that I had some donations, and I just set them down on a table and that was it. So in case you guys are wondering, like, what do you have to do? Is there like a process? At least in my library, I just brought them in, dropped them off, and I was good to go. As I was sorting through the books, I was kind of looking at what were the age for the books. I ended up getting rid of all of the little books for little girls just because now all I have is Ethan and we don't plan on having any more kiddos. So we ended up donating tons of all of the little tiny books that I used to read to the girls when they were younger, and I tried to hold on to all the educational books and of course the more boy-driven books. So our collection has definitely gone down quite a bit. If you guys have been here for a while, then you'll know we used to have books upon books upon books, and I had quite the collection already growing downstairs from the girls' room that I needed to take to the library. So I was really happy to finish up in here. That way I could finally take all of those books to the library. And I took all of the clothes that I ended up getting rid of in all of the rooms and dropped them off at little drop boxes. It's really nice that they have those donation stations at like Walmart. Sometimes you can find them in like random parking lots. And I just love that because any way to make it more convenient is the way to go. Like, I love going to the Salvation Army and Goodwill and stuff like that, but I find it's more time consuming. And I don't know, these days just seem to be so busy. So I love the drop boxes. I wanted to go ahead and go through this tote. That way I could see if there were any hand-me-downs that I could keep. And then I wanted to start going through the rest of the clothes in the room before I start organizing it, just because I really wanted to see what we had and how much space we were going to make up in all the areas. I ended up having so many extra hangers because whenever I did the girls' room declutter, I ended up changing their hangers to the bigger adult hangers, and so I had so many leftover kid hangers, and I just started collecting them into the boys' room. So you'll see I have tons of hangers, which is always a great thing because I hate not being able to find hangers in the house. So at least for the boys, they have an abundance of them. I'm really excited. We're finally getting to the hand-me-downs that Ethan will fit into. We actually didn't start saving clothes until like 40 because that's when I found out I was pregnant with a boy. So we started holding on to clothes, and by that time Austin was 4. So we have tons of 4T. Ethan is like in between 3T, 4T, and these are all like the winter stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull those out. That way I can start using them for Ethan for the winter time, and hopefully he'll continue to be able to wear them until next winter. We really didn't have too much at the top of the closet, but there were some empty boxes that I wanted to get rid of. And then we actually have some red shelves that I wanted to use, and you guys will see I do end up hanging them up, and I'm super excited to decorate them in the future. I need to order some stuff. I'm just trying to take my time and really be mindful of what I want to put on there and not just buy stuff that I'm going to want to change out. So I'm currently in the process of looking for something that will match their room. They do have a Pokemon themed bedroom, even though right now it's kind of like a mixture. Austin has a Star Wars pillow that he loves, And then whenever I wash his bedding, I put on his Avengers sheet. So their room is often a mix match, but on the walls, I want to have Pokemon.
Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Yeah, we only get one life. I wanna make it count, honey.
A huge tip for you guys that I love doing is whenever I'm decluttering a space, I like to take everything out of it before putting anything back in. So that's why I pulled everything out of the closet. I'm going to pull down all the clothes. That way I can go through each item and see which ones fit, which ones we need to donate, and all of that. I feel like when you just kind of like push them, you know, one by one, you're not as diligent, and I feel like you don't really see how much you have. Versus like me setting them on the ground, I see like how huge his pile of clothes was. And I was like, man, I really do need to get rid of some of this. He doesn't wear all this. So it just helps when you pull everything out because you really become aware of how much stuff you have. Decluttering can sometimes be a bit emotional, especially if you're going through some old stuff or like me, going through your youngest child's things. It really is like, it just pulls on your heartstrings because you're reminded that your kids are growing, they're getting bigger. So I was really in my feels whenever I was doing this decluttering just because Ethan is 3 and I'm getting rid of his crib. It was just a lot for me, but I know that it has to be done. Obviously, we want our kids to grow up and to become their own people, but it's just so tough. I'm sure you other mamas can relate. One thing that I didn't fully think through whenever I decided to take down Ethan's crib was that we were already starting to have struggles with him taking a nap. He was fighting his nap, not wanting to lay down, and typically when he would take his naps, he would still use his crib, and then at nighttime he would sleep on the bottom bunk with his bigger brother. So I just didn't even think like how much more difficult nap time would become, because now he doesn't have like the comfort of his crib. He really doesn't like sleeping by himself, so it made it really hard. And ever since we took his crib out of his room, he has not been napping, unfortunately. Really the only naps that he's taking now is in the car, which I know for my oldest daughter, she took naps up until kindergarten, but my second daughter, she was done by 3. Like, no matter how hard I tried, she did not want to take a nap. So I know every kid is different, so this is probably just his time to stop napping. But yeah, I definitely didn't think that part of it through.
I just wanna wake up in my bed alone. Oh no, I don't wanna be tucked in someone else's arms. I will close my door 'cause I need my time. Wanna speak so loud even though I hide. Like I'm hypnotized, can't get out of here. You don't know me, I just need my time. Yeah. But they say I don't know where you come from. I don't. You seem to.
On the day I decided to do this decluttering, we actually had a huge winter storm coming through, which brought tons of ice. Unfortunately, we didn't really get any snow that stuck to the ground, but we got tons of ice, so the kids were out of school. That's why the kids are like coming in and out, back and forth. It's because they were all home, which also made decluttering a bit more challenging because they wanted to come in, they needed something, or they wanted to pull out the stuff that I was trying to put away. So it makes it a little more challenging, but it is still doable. You can still get it done. But I couldn't believe the crazy cold weather that we have been getting. It went from like 60-degree weather down to like 20s. It was so cold, like to the bone cold, even inside, like with the heat on and everything. I just couldn't seem to stay warm. I am definitely not used to this cold weather. Let me know, what is the weather like where you guys are? I've been seeing that tons of different areas are getting a lot of snow right now, so I hope you guys are staying warm.
I don't, you seem too nice to be alone. So lonely. I see you going through some things and I just wanna help. I don't know how to make it clearer. I just wanna go home alone.
Now that I was done with the closet, it was time to go through the dresser drawers, which is the area where I really needed to do some serious decluttering. The boys' clothes is like just bursting out of the seams in this dresser, and I really needed to go through it. And I knew that Ethan had a lot of stuff that didn't fit him anymore. Same with Austin. So I'm glad that I finally took the time to go through it. And then of course I do the KonMari method for folding, especially for little kids' clothes. I find that it helps keep it organized and in place, and the kids are better at getting their stuff out of the drawers without making a complete disaster out of everything, because they can actually see what's inside. So I definitely recommend the KonMari method whenever you're folding. It just makes it so much easier for your kiddos to get in there and find their stuff.
Spend your time with me. Looking for someone who can play though. Wanna hang with me. I'm not really looking for a friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone not afraid to give it all to me. Get next to me, get next to me. All that I want is to get next to you, get next to you. Not asking for much, but it feels like the two of us are golden or gold. You see, we'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get close.
While I was putting all the clothes back into the drawer, I was kind of contemplating, like, should I pick up all the shorts, just leave out the pants? But here in West Texas, I feel like the weather is so up and down. Like, sometimes it'll be 70 or 80 and you want to wear shorts outside, and then the next day it's freezing cold. Especially in the wintertime, it's just so up and down. So I decided to just leave it all in here, even though I know it would have made a lot more room if I would have took the shorts out, but I'm just leaving everything in here. Let me know, do you guys usually like separate your wardrobe, even like, you know, for your closet? Because I know for me, I just leave all of my clothes in the closet. Like, I don't pull down all my winter clothes and pack them away for summertime, and vice versa. But I'd love to know, what do you guys do? Do you pack away your stuff when it's not that season of clothing, or what?
Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to you, get next to you. Get next to me, get next to me. Feels like the two of us are golden or gold, you see.
I really think it's so important to do a good declutter of your kids' clothes, at least per season, because I feel like kids grow so fast where you really do need to go through their clothes, see what no longer fits them or is destroyed, because kids destroy things so quick. But it's a great way just to keep inventory of what they have, what they need, and then that way you're not, last second scrambling trying to buy a bunch of clothes.
I'm golden.
So what I did for Austin's is I put all of his school pants and shorts right here because he does wear uniforms. This is all of his casual pants and then shorts. I do have some laundry that needs to be washed, so we're probably going to fill this up a little bit more, but this will make it easier for him to find his school pants. Now this drawer was a complete disaster. They had so many things shoved in here. This is their pajama drawer, and my kids really don't wear pajamas. As much as I love to buy them and like have them wear these cute matching pajamas, they never seem to want to wear them, especially when they have school the next day. My kids are so funny. They love to wear their clothes that they're gonna wear the next day to school. They love to wear it to bed. That way they can wake up and just, you know, go downstairs, get breakfast, and, you know, quickly get ready for school. Let me know if you guys, if your kids do the same thing. I just think it's so funny because I'm like, that seems so uncomfortable. Like, why would you not want to get into your comfy sweatpants and go to bed? But my kids are like, no, I just want to be fast in the morning. So like, whatever floats your boat. I mean, I'm a firm believer in picking your battles, and that's definitely not like a huge deal to me. I just think it's so funny. But it made it really hard for trying to figure out like how much pajamas should I keep, how much is too much, because they really don't even wear them. So I was trying to get rid of a lot, but still hold on to some for the days that they actually want to wear their pajamas. I filled up an entire bag of donations just from their dresser drawers, so that felt really good. Majority of the boys' toys are underneath their bed in the pull-out drawer or in the toy box that's in the game room. So this bin just had a bunch of Pokemon, and my kids love to collect them, so I wanted to make sure we held on to them, but I didn't want them just thrown inside of here, so I went ahead and put them nice and neatly stacked into a Ziploc bag for right now. We did have some like canisters that had Pokemon on it. I'm not sure what they did with them because I keep Adrian's Pokemon inside of canisters like that, but Austin didn't have any, so we're gonna use a Ziploc bag for now until we get another one of those so we can organize it. But this is going to help just kind of confine them so they're not all over the place. You'll see whenever I move the bed and vacuum underneath there, there's more Pokemon underneath there. They just get all over the house.
Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car.
So like I mentioned, Ethan was really excited and wanted me to try to rearrange the room. So that was initially what my plan was, is I was going to try to rearrange the room, and I wanted to move all the furniture anyway to clean underneath of it, vacuum, get all the dust out. And then, you know, since Ethan wanted me to try to rearrange, I was going to attempt that before we took down the crib. But yeah, I love moving the furniture because you just find all kinds of stuff underneath there, and you can get all the dust out of a room, and it makes all the difference. When you vacuum underneath all of these big items, it just makes the air feel so much cleaner, dust free. So I definitely recommend, while you're doing your decluttering and deep cleaning, you might as well move the furniture out of the way and see what you find underneath of it.
Nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me. Stars, I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone.
Oh my goodness, you guys, it's so dirty underneath here. So while I was moving the bed out of the way, I had to move so quick and grab his passy that fell behind the bed. So true story, a few months ago, when I decided that it was time to take away his passy, I had been contemplating it, like, okay, we really need to do it. We got him to only have it during nap time and bedtime, but I was like, you know what, it's time to rip off the Band-Aid. We just need to get rid of it. So one night it actually fell in the crack of the bed, and it worked out perfectly because I told Ethan, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't get it out. It's stuck. I can't move the bed. The bed is so heavy. And so that's how we ended up getting rid of his passy, because we were down to only one. And then once it fell behind the bed, I was like, you're a big boy. You don't need it anymore. And y'all, when I moved this bed, he remembered. Like, it's been months. He doesn't talk about his passy anymore, but when I moved the bed and I saw it, I quickly grabbed it and went and shoved it in a trash bag. And he was like, all of a sudden he was like, I miss my passy. And I was like, oh, do you? I was like, but you're a big boy now. He was like, yeah, I'm a big boy. But y'all, I thought for sure, I was like, oh gosh, he's gonna ask for it. I just couldn't believe that he still remembered. And it had been quite a few months since that had happened. But yeah, that's how we ended up taking the passy away for him. Once I got all the toys and dust up from underneath the bed, I went ahead and just put the bed back. I was kind of debating on moving it to the wall where the dresser was, but after kind of looking at everything, I was like, you know what? I really like it right here. It fits perfect between the wall and the window. And once we decided to take down the crib, I was like, you know what? I would love to put the TV with the TV stand directly across from the bed. That way, if they want to sit in bed, watch some TV or play video games, they have that option. Austin does have a gaming chair as well, but you know, it's just nice to have the option. And y'all, I love the way the room ends up turning out. It feels so much more spacious. It just makes more sense. I'm really kind of thinking too, like maybe I should paint their dresser, because now that we have the crib out of there, both the bed and the TV stand are like a nice light color. Their bed frame is gray and then the TV stand is white. So I was thinking I could paint it either gray or white just to tie it in a little bit more. I don't know. I've just been thinking about it, even though my husband's like, oh, it's fine. It doesn't have to match. I just think it would look prettier if it matched. But also I'm like, it's a process to like sand and paint. So I don't know, we'll see. But I've definitely been thinking about it, especially since now we have the crib out of here and we can really make their room look good. But y'all, I was struggling taking apart this bed. every single one of the screws were stripped out. Like, we have moved a couple times since we purchased this crib. We've had this crib since Austin was a baby, so it's like 7 years old, and we have taken it down and built it again. And my husband is a stickler for over drilling everything. Like, he will drill to make sure it's like so tight that no one could ever get it off. So every single one of them were stripped out, and I was like, oh my goodness, I was getting so frustrated. So I started with the Allen wrench, and my husband was like, you just need to get the drill. I was like, yeah, because it's so stripped out, I can't do it by hand. So I was planning on selling the crib, but literally every single screw was stripped out. I was like, you know what? We're just gonna have to get rid of it because it was such a pain to take apart. I would hate to give that to someone and have them try to put it back together again. It was such a mess. I really love the dresser over here. I'm kind of thinking about moving it a little over to like either the left or the right, and actually putting the toy box that's in the game room into the boys' bedroom, just to have everything all in here and not like in the game room. That's kind of more like my husband's setup over there, and we want to make it look really nice eventually. So getting the toy box out of there would just be realistic. So I think I might be doing that here soon, just kind of, you know, I'm going to put it in here, see what it looks like. But I feel like now that we have the space, I might as well put it in here and keep them from making a mess all over the game room too, because they often just go in there and start throwing the toys all over the floor. So I ended up holding these shelves onto the wall and trying to make like a cool design with them, because they're made to be like almost like an N shape. Like that's what the shelf is supposed to look like. But I was like, how cool would it be to have one like a U and then an N and then a U? So you'll see that's the design that I ended up going with. But I was so worried. I was like, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to get this leveled? I'm so proud of myself. I used a level. I got everything straight and it looks so good. Now I just need to find some little like Pokemon, either like animated little characters, or maybe some small plushies. Something like that I'm thinking to go on these shelves, just to add a little pop of Pokemon over here, but I love how it turned out. I did it!
I'm holding back the tide of waterfall. A single drip could make it all come down.
So whenever I told the boys that I was going to be decluttering their room, my 7-year-old was so upset because he wanted to play Fortnite, because he was home from school and he was so excited to play on his Xbox. But I was like, look, I have to get this done first, and then you can play on your Xbox. And y'all, I really thought it was only going to take me like maybe 2 hours. It took me all day. All day. So by the time I got to this point where I just had to wipe things down, I was trying to go through it really quick, because he was like, Mom, are you done yet? I really want to play. So I was trying to quickly finish the room up, get all the dust up, so he could play his Fortnite. And I mean, it's understandable. He had a snow day, quote unquote, so he wanted to enjoy his day off. So I'm just quickly wiping down the TV stand, getting the dust off. I had to wipe the front of the TV off as well because there were so many fingerprints. And to wipe the TV down, I definitely recommend just putting a little bit of water on a microfiber cloth, wipe it with the damp side, and then go back over it with a dry side or a fresh microfiber cloth, and it will get everything up. It'll be streak free. You don't need any product. If you do have product on your TV, I recommend doing the water a few times to get the coating off, because once you don't have any product on there, it makes it so easy to keep it clean and streak free.
I'm reaching out for you, higher and higher, higher
Alright you guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this huge declutter and organize. I can't believe what a transformation it was in here. It looks so much better. I have tons of stuff I need to get rid of and 2 bags of donations, which is awesome. But if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. If you're new here and you're not subscribed, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. Join my YouTube family. I do upload cleaning motivation every single week, and I would love to have you here. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!